So this literature is actually, it's my collection of journal articles. So, I just created a project called Literature Review and selected some documents. And it's just my whole, my papers folder off my hard disk, which has a whole lot of articles in which I've researched over the years. And I did turn on a couple of things. So in my analysis, I turned on a thing called file tagging. What that does is so for each article, the name of the file is often, the name of the authors, sometimes the name of the article. And so that puts the name of the file in, codes into every text segment within the file. And so that means on the map we can see, well, I'll show you what we can see. So that's one thing I did here. I don't think I did a whole lot more than that. If we have a look at the concept map, which is the classic Leximancer way of looking at text. It's a fairly busy map. So, okay, this is analysis. You can see my project drawer over here on the left. So this is a concept map of basically all my journal articles over the years from my, I guess, text analysis research and information modeling. So, you can see the main themes here: social needs, cognitive capabilities, analysis, words and content. So that the bubbles show you the main themes, and then we can, gradually reveal the principal concepts, and you can see content and concepts, data analysis, information and knowledge, closely related here, and systems. So I think it's interesting to me seeing this now, that systems and information are near each other in knowledge. And of course, language models, I can see down here, and semantic meaning of words, which is of course a big part of Leximancer, establishing the meaning of words from the company they keep. That's a very corpus linguistic idea, that instead of predefining the meaning of a word using some sort of dictionary that a lexicographer or someone else has created, or even getting some other people to code some text, and then do some sort of training on someone else's data and someone else's idea of what a word means. This establishes the meaning of the word by its vocabulary, by its context. And Leximancer is all about context. It's contextualizing the meaning of words and sentences. So what you're talking about here is in concept coding control. This is once the code book has been built, and the first 3 stages of processing are about building your code book. Think of it as creating the palette of colors for an artist. But once you've got the code book, you can then control what parts of your palette are used to paint your picture or build your model. So the kill and required concepts that you mentioned there are ways to filter in or out material. So here, I've actually put in a filter around this rather mysterious concept, which is PP with a full stop after it. That's because I wanted to kind of filter out a lot of the bibliographic content, and this is commonly seen in bibliography entries where they're talking about what pages the article is in. But I mean, I could suppress files. So if I didn't want my model to have, for example, these 3 articles in it, I would put these file tags in, and then any text taken from these 3 files, which are journal articles, would not be coded and would not appear in the model. So that's ways you can bias your model by leaving out particular articles, and you can leave out particular concepts, of course, as well. So if I didn't want to look at material that talked about, well, cognitive development, for example, I can put cognitive into the kill concepts list, and that will suppress that idea, filter it out. Required is just the flip side of that. So if I want to just look at a map that looks at all the relationships of cognitive ideas, I can put that as a required concept, and then you'll only see the relationships that other concepts have with cognitive. Or another way of thinking about it, you will only analyze all the pieces of text that mention the concept of cognition. So yes, it is a way of biasing, but that's kind of the point.